Hey guys!
This is Francine
And Mariah.
And Odalis.
and today we're going to talk about Pompeii. The center of the typical Roman city was a forum. A forum is a place in the city where the marketplace is, and it also is the place where laws are developed.
The city of Pompeii was pretty much a wealthy city. This was a city that a lot of Romans enjoyed visiting. They developed a lot of crops and had very advanced technology. They made wine through fermentation, and they also developed their own bread. Bread turned out to be a food that almost everyone could afford at the time.
The Pompeians and the Herculaneans had a good plumbing system. For the rich, they had their own indoor plumbing within the homes, and the lower classes generally had a public well for the source of water and plumbing. They also had saunas and indoor baths. They had underground sewers which prevented flooding within the city. They had 1-foot-tall pillars which the Pompeians used to walk across to prevent their feet from getting wet.
The city of Pompeii had an amphitheater, which was used to have a lot of gladiator battles. Just like the Greeks, the Romans saw violence to be a sort of entertainment. Pompeii is known to have one of the oldest amphitheaters in the Roman world. They also had plenty of theaters that had great acoustics, which allowed great transmission of sound throughout the entire theater.
The people of Pompeii, for the most part, worshipped the god Apollo, who was the god of time. They had a temple built in his honor. They also worshipped his father as well, who was Jupiter. They believed in all the same gods just like the Greeks did, but they had different names.
The history of the event. On August 24, 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius erupted, covering the entire city of Pompeii and Herculaneum. Under 10 feet of volcanic rock, killing thousands and preserving bodies completely.
The people were not prepared for this horrific event to occur because the people were so used to the sudden earthquakes. The eruption started around 5 o'clock, and by 8 o'clock, the city was covered completely with volcanic rock.
The people thought it would be safer for them just to stay inside. A couple of people tried to flee and leave their possessions behind before the eruption, from what was thought to be snow was actually ash from Mount Vesuvius.
Pompeii and Herculaneum had a grand population of about 20,000 people, most of which died in the eruption. Plus the countryside had just about as much destruction, with the total tally of deaths, most likely over 40,000 people.
It wasn't until about 1,600 years later, 1756, when the city of Pompeii and Herculaneum were rediscovered. A peasant farmer in the 18th century accidentally stumbled over a chasm near his field, which was the beginning of investigation for the lost city. He actually stumbled over which once was one of the theaters in Herculaneum. However, today archaeologists are still finding things like glass jars and other lost bodies. They also found lava rock-covered scrolls which told the archaeologists that they once were in a library. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.